Oh boy, it's finally come to this. The 1988 Hudson Soft classic. And I mean classic in the biggest sense that I can mean. So today, I'm happy I can finally play Faxanadu. This is such a beloved childhood game of mine. And it's a game I very rarely hear people talk about. Like, honestly, I put this game up very high in my category for top NES games. Like, Faxanadu is legit a good game. Like, this game is so good. And really was, like, kind of the first game to get me into the... was technically my first action RPG game I played. Yeah, this game is great. And let's press start. Let's start this game up. Got a little doo-wop in there. Like, look, got cutscenes. Like, this game's already starting off on a good mark. But then that music starts, and you know you're home. I've been on a long journey. I came back to my hometown to find it is almost deserted. The gate is closed, people are gone, and the walls are crumbling. I wonder what happened. So there's your story. You come back home and your town is deserted and just torn to shreds. I want you to see the king right away, although you've just arrived. I did look into the soundtrack. I'm just gonna stop for just like to let this play out. Like this track in particular is called Eolus. It's so good. And if you look on YouTube, you can find so many amazing remixes that people have done. There's like an orchestral version of this song and the song I'm going to go to in a few seconds. And there's a jazz band doing their own version of it. And it sounds so good. Like this soundtrack is no joke. But let's get to the one song that's like really cemented in my head. The church theme. If you're going to see the king, take this ring. Ring of Elf. Like this is one of those early songs I had to learn on piano. Like I just learned by ear. And I make it a mission of mine every time I'm near piano. And especially one that, if it's like a legit one with like the full setup, oh, I'm playing this. And the rare few times I've had an organ in front of me, I've played this and it sounds so good. Like this song was made to be played on an organ. All right, right now I'm gonna do something that's gonna be a little dumb, but it's gonna make sense. So I'm gonna die right now. Which in most games, like, well, why would you want to die in the beginning? Well, it does play a pretty big role. Don't have negative thoughts. Remember your mantra. So when you die, you start off with full health and magic. So at the beginning of this game, I don't know why, but they just start you off dead. Like you have barely any health, and you get money in a bit. You can buy to get your health filled up, but it's like there's no point. Why not just die? And you get your magic refilled as well, rather than waste your gold on that. So yeah, that's my Faxanadu tip of the day. Die in the beginning to get your health back. The king is inside, so I can go see him. He's gonna stand up. That little stuff like that's pretty cool. Just that, like as you walk, the king goes from a sit-down position to standing. Like this game did a lot of really cool stuff. Like this game does not get enough credit. Disaster is befallen the elf fountain water. And our life source is stopped. The wells are drying up. Many men went out. So I'm not going to read all of it, but pretty much the gist of the story of the game is that like the fountain that's pretty much providing all the water to like this area in the world is drying up, and you have to go pretty much fill it back up and fight whatever is halting it. So there's the game right there. And we have our gold now, so now we can start the adventure. And like I mentioned too, like you can get your magic refilled. If you go to these guys here in these shops, you can get your magic refilled and your health, but it's like, why do that? Just die in the beginning. That's what I did. Look how far it got me. I got full magic and health for free. Now, I wouldn't recommend doing this after this point. The beginning is the only time you can die, and it'll actually, at least to some degree, be beneficial. Because as you get further on, you start losing, like, a lot of stuff. You lose, like, your experience, you lose your gold. So you really don't want to do that trick. But early on, you can do it, like, in that spot. Did I mention how good this theme is, too? Hold on, we're gonna go back there. I gotta get to this shop. Like, here's my favorite thing is the way this game's font is set up. H's look like N's, so like Nello right there. I sell tills. What would you like? And it was the thing I always found funny. It was just like how it was set up with the N's in this game. What would you like? First off, hand dagger you need. You can't leave without it. But I do have the money. You know what? Let's go for this too. So we can use some magic. The deluge. I could go for the potion, but I have some other things I need to save up for. Yeah, and then like the H's are screwed up. Manned dagger. Like, why'd they curve the H like that? I do recall that there was some mod or like some remix that someone did of this game where it actually fixed that. It fixed the text so that you didn't have the H in issue. There's also like another pretty big one too, but I can't remember it too much. All I remember is that it got rid of these like scrolling screens. Gotta fight our first guy. And to get some money too. Now the reason I had to get that key is because if you don't have it, you can't get through this door. There's a mark of Jack by the keyhole. So all the keys in this game have their own little marking and here or there. Now before I leave, I do want to briefly mention this. So if you watched last week's GWC Plays, I played the fantastic Dreams, the Media Molecule game. And I kind of mentioned in that my first kind of task is that I'd be remaking this part of Faxanadu. Now, I'm not finished at this point in time, but I think on screen right now you can see a little bit of the progress I have. I've still got a lot left, but I am true to my word. I am remaking this part of the game. In fact, in like Dreams. Like I want to at least show some love to Faxanadu because like I said, this game doesn't get talked too much, but it really is a classic. All right, let's use the key and let's go to one of the other fantastic themes of this game, the overworld theme. I've used the key. Like, this whole soundtrack is so good. Like, I can't understate it enough. I am gonna want to actually fight these things because I want to have enough gold before I get to the next town. Yeah, but these things suck because you can't fight them right now. I could fight them if I had my magic equipped, but I don't feel like I will use it. And I get some health back too. They don't give you guard. They only give you health back. They only give you like those loaves of bread. It's like, I don't want that. Give me some gold. Like this screen right here is the one I would like use a lot to grind. And there's one coming up after this that's also really good. Because there are some things in this game like for just experience things, like reasons you'd want to kind of grind a bit, but also just for items and magic. Because you're gonna need a lot of stuff to get through this game. when I get to the next section, I think I'll show a little bit of that off. Okay, like I was kind of saying, you're gonna need to get some money. So at this particular shop, different from the last bearded guy in the green shirt, this one has like some crazy stuff. So like the magic shield, which is pretty good if you really want to grind out to get that. In most cases, you're probably gonna get the small shield in the next shop after this. But the death spell is really good, but look how much you'd have to grind to get to that. That takes like an hour or two if you're going with the method I usually use. But it's like, I don't have time for that in this GWC Plays, so unfortunately we're not going to do that. So we're gonna have to stick, unfortunately, with the small shield and like kind of the early magic. Have to keep fighting for bread. Look at this theme. Like, this game is just nothing but just good theme after good theme. And I do want to at least put the name out there for the composer. The composer for this game is Jun Chikuma. Sorry if I mispronounced that. She worked on a pretty decent amount of NES games, but she's mostly known for this game, and she did the soundtrack for every single Bomberman game for the most part. Like, hey, her soundtracks are really good. Like, this game's soundtrack is iconic. Like, I'm surprised none of this stuff doesn't get remixed more. Like, the soundtrack just is perfect for it. It leaves so much open to it. All right, but let's not waste time. Let's go to another bald dude with a green shirt. Nello, I sell tools. But this one has the small shield, which I want to get. You know, I should get the red potion too. I'm probably gonna have to grind a little bit to get some money. Because I am gonna need another key. I'm actually getting pretty close to the first dungeon of the game. What would you like? J key? Because that's the only one we have right now. I love how this is like the one game where I feel like they kind of got away with a character smoking. Even though they're trying to say, oh, he just has like a little like toothpick in his mouth. Like, you can kind of see the little ember right there, like the smoke coming out. It's like, this game got away with a lot. Like, you actually go to church in this game. Like, so I don't know what it is, but Faxanadu, they let get away with a lot. Because I know a lot of NES games that had to get censored for a lot of that stuff, especially for like North America. All right, you need peace of mind. I will meditate with you. So, of course, this game got to go back to traditions, password. So, you better have your pen and paper ready. And this was a game in particular. I had way too many passwords for it. Like, I wish I could find it somewhere. I probably saved some of them, like 20 or more year old passwords of this game. But and you can kind of see also the issue, and this is what I really hated with passwords back then. And then to get on a mini rant, I really didn't like when the passwords had lowercase and uppercase letters, because sometimes you couldn't like tell. Okay, that's a lowercase s, but you better write it in a way that signifies it's a lowercase s, or all this like. I know the K right there. It's like, is that a lowercase K or an uppercase? And you better hope your eyes don't look like lowercase eyes or ones, and like, or that zero at the end. Is that a zero, or is that O? Like, that stuff always drove me up the walls. Like, honestly, the best password system are like the ones like Aladdin on Super Nintendo, where it's just character faces. That's easy. It's to be like, oh, Jafar, Genie, Aladdin. Boom. There's level 4. Oh, what's like halfway through Faxanadu? Oh, you know, BXQYF220 circle 005. And they get long too. You think like that was kind of a pretty lengthy one, but as you get through the game, it gets longer. So you better be on it. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna do a little bit of just like some fighting, just so I can get some more money, because I'm gonna need some health and some different things before I go into this first area. I'm not trying to die. And I guess while I'm doing a grind, I can kind of explain a little bit of the leveling up system in this game and how it works. So right now my rank is novice. When I hit 1,000, I'm gonna go up. Next one. Oh yeah, I didn't equip the shield. So what do you pretty much get for having the higher level is when you die, you're able to keep more gold. So like right now, if I die, I lose all my gold. But if I level up, I'm able to retain at least some more than I can. And now I learned this obviously much later into playing it. But honestly, it's almost a bad idea to level up in this game. And the reason I say that is because when you level up, you get certain things that kind of go down with it. Like it's kind of a positive and negative thing, and I feel like the negative almost kind of outweighs it. So there's an item, I may get to it, I may not. It's called the wing boots, and it pretty much lets you fly. Now, when you first start out, you have like, I think like 30 seconds of time you can use for it. But as you level up, that time gets lower and lower. So like by the time you reach like the final level, which I think is Lord, it goes down to 10 seconds, which is kind of garbage. So it, honestly, you kind of don't want to level up in this game. You can, because it makes it easy when it comes to like grinding out for items and so you don't die. But when it comes to other things, it kind of sucks. So you kind of have to decide for yourself. Do you want... Oh, damn it. I didn't level up too, so I'm going to lose all of it. So you're going to have to like make that choice for yourself. Don't have negative thoughts. Remember your mantra. And like that, see? Experience 0, gold 0. Like, it kind of sucks. Okay, I have the weapon equipped. I was like, where's my sword at? It's like, nah, I got it. Still got my magic. I shouldn't be wasting that, though. But that's out my key, though. Okay, I'm still good. Now, just for time-wise, since now that's screwed up, honestly, I was going to try and get that magic shield, but that's not happening anymore. Really, my thing is just to get some magic potions so I can, like, have some backups in there. And once I have enough for like to get like 2, then we'll go inside to the first dungeon. And also once I get some health back too, because those jumping guys still get me. God, their pattern. Sometimes their pattern is easy where it's like, oh, I can like figure it out and get it. And then sometimes it's like throws me off. Because sometimes you have a good angle to get them, and then sometimes you have a bad one where you can't get them. It's kind of like in Castlevania with the Medusa heads. Like, your angle has to be perfect, or else you're done in. And that's kind of what these enemies are to me. It's like those. Like, your angle has to be right. Like, so right there, easy to fight them because I had a good angle. And I had to move, and the way they were jumping worked out well in my favor. But sometimes, like I said, you have those bad angles where they just tear you to shreds. Like, look at this. And I know I can jump and do it too, but sometimes that's risky too. All right, now real quick, I'm about to get my health back, which is gonna be costly. I wasn't trying to spend this money. Wait, there's Robin Williams. God, I forgot how expensive it was. Don't try too hard. You say that. You say it again, pal. All right. Let me buy the health now. And see if I'm good. Oh yeah, this is the bar. The Matic should be in the tower. So yeah, that's what I'm pretty much going through the tower to get. By defeating a dwarf. If you have the Matic, you can break the wall. But if you don't have it, and I don't have... See, at least the tips in this game are useful. Like, not trying to go back to Castlevania, but like Castlevania Simon's Quest, like that Angry Video Game Nerd review is extremely spot on. Like the hints they give you in that game are worthless. Like they really do not help you. Fuck, I don't have enough. All right, I'll just buy one and call it a day. I think that should be fine. I don't think there'll be anything with just one. At least I shouldn't be bad. I don't know. But now also I have to make sure. Okay, I have enough. Now I have to make sure that I have I can make it back to the tower without losing a single bit of health. Cause I'm only going in with one. Honestly, when I had a lot of money, I should have just bought a bunch of the potions. Because usually I buy a bunch of red potions in the first town. Because actually, it's a bit cheaper. So I don't know why I didn't do my usual thing. I think I got distracted. But it's all fine. Believe me, this is not like a file I'm going to continue after this recording. Because usually the way I play is I grind to get the magic shield. And make sure I'm like super equipped, but that wouldn't be fun to watch in a recording sense. Just like, oh, you know, I want to see this game for the first time. Oh, is he just gonna grind? Okay, I guess. Like, no one wants to see that. Like, damn, I don't think even I want to see that. All right, here we go. And there's them. Key. Put that key. And I've used the key. In this theme, too. See, she didn't play around in the soundtrack. Like, this is just the tower theme. This sounds like you're about to go to the final dungeon of the game. This is only the first one. And believe me, when you get to that final dungeon, that theme is just as good as this. It's like a remix version. It's like this theme on crack. Is what I can call that one. Now, the one thing I will say, the platforming can be a bit wonky at times. That is my one thing I will say on this, is that your jumps kind of have to be perfect, like at exactly the last point to do them. And these guys suck too. I don't like fighting them because they're fast. But I got them in a good spot where I can just do that. And you can also grind in here too. You get a lot of money, but then you got to deal with these guys, and it's like it's not worth it. I'll just deal with those jumping Medusa heads outside. All right. Gotta deal with this guy again. I hate the jumping goats. Like, I see the bread's helping me out. Please know this. Please give me that bread right now. Trying to come up with lyrics to this right now. That is the one thing that I will say is something that is a pastime of mine with these old NES games. And I used to do it a lot back in the day. I still kind of do it to this day. It's because a lot of these themes, you're gonna hear a bunch, and they get caught in your head. And I just start coming up with like lyrics to them almost. I'm not gonna do that today, for obvious reasons. But it's, I forgot. I probably have to fight this guy from far because that'll happen. I'll die. Look at that. I'm holding Matic. But now we're good. Now we can break through those we can break those blocks outside. Now for safety, I'm gonna use this potion because I can already tell those goat guys are gonna get me. And I will say, as a useful tip, if you want to use like a potion type item there, you have to press down and B. So just know, for items like that, down and B. And that's a Faxanadu tip of the day. Believe me, my goal is to get people to play this game. I'm not trying to get people to be like, hey, I started playing Faxanadu, and how do you use items? They don't tell you. but honestly, like I mentioned, I think a while ago in a previous GWC Plays, and kind of like my thought process for this series from the beginning is really to showcase games like this, like games that really don't get talked about too much, but like were favorites of mine. Like honestly, I'm really excited I can actually talk about this game and show it off, because this game is really sick. And like the last time I heard someone mention it in like passing was like, I think an Angry Video Game Nerd review, and it was said in a negative way, like I'd rather play Faxanadu. Like oh, it hurt my heart. Like this is one of these games that I proudly had to go get the box for, like, cause like it was such a big game for me. I was like, nah, I need to get this boxed. And thankfully, I found an eBay listing that had the game like pretty much complete. So I was like, oh, I'll absolutely take that. Like having this game complete will be perfect. And so to this day, it sits proudly on my shelf. Don't try too hard. You know I don't. All right. Let me buy another key. So you gotta start stocking up on these keys, because at a certain point you're gonna start like traveling super far, and it's gonna be like you get to a place. Ooh, I finally made it. Hey, where's your key at? Huh? Honestly, if I was smart, I'd travel back to the first town so I can make the potions all cheap, get the potions for like 100 gold. If I was smart. But I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna buy 2 potions and call it a day. And then get a super long password. Hello. See, I also kind of wanted to, for going back to Dreams, I kind of wanted to remake this as well too. Like remake like the inside shop, like in a church and that. If I really got the logic right, I'd honestly love to recreate the intro, like just like walking into the town, talking to the king. I wouldn't have any combat because that's still too hard out of my thing, but just designing the stuff, at least to walk around in. And I'm still kind of thinking, like, should it be in a 3D space or a 2D space? Kind of like this, but like just side scrolling, or make it actually 3D and see it from like a different perspective. Which is honestly what I've thought of doing. Believe me, if I ever do finish that, I will make a video on it, because I think that's something that definitely needs to be seen. All right, so here we go. Use that Matic. I've used Matic. Oh, what a terrible spot. I hate this spot right here. Like, you better hope you're lucky you can just get them in a good spot, but you can't because they're gonna like hone in on you. Oh, and those guys, the creepy crawlers, as I call them. Like I said, that's why I bought those potions, because I know. Oh, I hate these. I hate the ghosts. These guys are so hard to kill. Like you, it's like it's best just to run away from them. It's like, give me my bread and let me call it a day. There's that glove over there. Oh, fuck, I couldn't make it. And like I said, this jump sucks because every time you fail, you gotta kill him again and get hit with that thing. I'm gonna try it one more time. If I don't get it, I don't get it. All right. I'm gonna get my bread. I'm about to use a potion because I'm not going back. God, I hate this. It's why I gotta have magic, because like fighting that guy regular, it's not happening. Hold on, I'm gonna get you back for that. Give me that money right there. So you get a pretty decent amount of gold right here. This is the town of Forepaw. Dried meat to bring energy for 150 gold. Thank you for shopping. That one wasn't too bad. And here we go. My favorite guy, Nello. See, now there's the long. See, now there's more stuff you can get. Now you can get the long sword, the studded mail, the wing boots, which I was talking about. Honestly, I'm gonna get the long sword right now, because I don't have the time to grind out to get everything else. It's like, let me just get the long sword and call it a day. For the purpose of saving time is what I'm gonna do it for. All right, give me that long sword. Oh, God. I forgot you can't skip the text. If you hit B, it just cancels out the whole thing. What would you like? Long sword. Thank you for shopping. Hello. And you can sell items too, if you want, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. Like, it's like I never found a point where I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me just sell that. There we go. Got the long sword. Now I'm doing some more damage. I don't have any armor though. Like, that's really the big thing too. Is the armor definitely is a big help, because you're gonna want something for your defense. Because the leather armor, as you said, you see those one enemies outside, they do a lot of damage. You're gonna want some good armor. And the shield too. That's why I said, like, having that magic shield right now is pretty good. But let's talk to this guy. I shall give you a title, aspirant. Make sure you live up to it. So there we go. Now I'm level 3, I believe. All right, so let's get a password. Let's see how long it is. You need peace of mind. I will meditate with you. All right, everybody, go get your pen and papers. Go write this down. It's like that small like circle right there. She's like, okay, that's a lowercase O, but like the one in the last password, that must have been either a 0 or an uppercase. But like, there's no way really to tell because the way it's shaped. It's pretty tough, honestly. Like I said, they get long, so you better like writing it. Actually, honestly, let me show that off. I'm gonna honestly, if I was smart, You know what? Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. And I figured, you know what? If I'm going to do the password, I'm going to actually show off the password system and that. But it's like, you know, I was originally going to take a photo of this and just remember it. But I'm going to go back to 1998. I'm going to write the password down. Okay. Y2O Y A Q lowercase s lowercase k C A J W. Okay. Now let's restart this thing, actually. I'm breaking the illusion. Oh no, I'm not playing it on original hardware. All right, so let's continue it. So look how long this gets. You see how long that gets as you get later on? All right, so let's enter this password. Okay. Let's see if I did a good job. Y2 O Y A Q S K C A J W. I think that should be it. Got it. There we go. And just like that, here's my file exactly as it was. So like I said, like that one was pretty easy, and thankfully like it wasn't too bad. But back then, and keep in mind, when I was playing this game back then, I was young. So like I was still learning how to write. So trying to write this stuff down, like it wasn't easy. So that's really where it like threw everything away on it, honestly. But I think I'm gonna call it right here. There is more I can go into with this game, and probably as I get further on, but I'm not doing that right now in the video. I just wanted to show off this game a little bit, kind of talk about it, and just show it off to more people. Because honestly, it's a really cool NES game. It's one really not too many people talk about, outside of like maybe like people who play a lot of NES games and that. But like I never really see it on like those big lists. Like this is definitely like my favorite underrated NES game for me. And it does share like a special spot. This is like one of the games that I remember my mom was really good at. Like she was really good at this game. Like she could sit down and just beat it from like start to finish. Like, and that's really where a lot of the stuff where like I learned about this game really came from watching her play it. It kind of also led me to play the game for myself as well. But sentimental thoughts aside, yeah, go play Faxanadu. It's really cool. Honestly, my biggest hope, I would love if this game hit the Switch Nintendo online service. I feel they've been getting a lot of like underrated games, not getting a lot of the huge ones. So please, Nintendo, put Faxanadu in. Like this game definitely needs some more people playing it. It's really good. So that's going to be it for me here today. Thank you very much for watching out there. I hope you checked the Faxanadu out. If not, hope you at least enjoyed watching this. And yeah, until next time, I'm John, GWC, and I'll see you later. Peace.